The best side hustle you can start is not starting a side hustle. Don't start a side hustle, start a business. Because a side hustle is something that you do on the weekends. It's a casual part-time gig that gets you casual part-time results. And if you want to get out of your 9 to 5, you need to treat your business as a business. So for me, my business didn't take off until I went full-time into it. But that had to be built over 2 years. And once I went full-time, it took months to transition into a full-time income. So I had to build the business while I was still working, so I could keep that paycheck coming in to pay all the bills. But I was working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 in a professional project management job, and then I was working weekends to start building things, to start building my equipment, to start building everything I needed so I could build it slowly over time. Once I took that jump and I went full-time, I was still working full-time at my day job and then full-time on the weekends and at night. So I was doing 60 hours a week minimum. When I made that full-time jump, I got to a point where I could say, okay, now my business is taking over my day job income. I can now make that leap into full-time. And that's when everything really snowballed, was because I could direct my focus on the business 100%, and I could put 60 hours a week into that. So I was doing the day job and the business at the same time, because it takes a lot of hard work to build a business. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes using your spare time at night and on the weekends to grow and learn new skills, and to gain these skills, curate new relationships and build that trust and build relationships with the people and suppliers, and figure out who you need to speak to, who you need to create relationships with, who can help you get to where you want to go. And that takes a lot of time. It takes time to build trust. It takes time of people going, yeah, I'll give you a shot. They hire you and then you do a great job, and then they go, I want this guy again. I want him to come and do this job again. If you want to be wealthy, you need to build assets. Assets is something that puts money in your pocket, and liabilities is something that takes money out of your pocket. So if you've got time but you don't have money, you can use that time to build assets. Even if you don't have time, you can make time to build those assets by sacrificing a bit of sleep, by sacrificing your social life, by sacrificing a little part of your relationships to build something that will give you more time later on. And once you've got time and you start getting money, you can buy back your time, and you've got access to greater resources and greater leverage. See, your life is chaos. Life is chaos. And if you're not directing that chaos through work and effort, directing it in the direction you want to go through intentionality, intentionally controlling your thoughts and your energy and your behaviors and your goals, your life will just end up in a reactive state. And once you're living in a reactive state, it's really difficult to get into a proactive state where you start living a productive, proactive life intentionally, directing that trajectory and momentum of your life to move in the direction that you want to go. So you need to be building the assets. And the easiest way to do that is to build yourself into an asset. Gain the skills, set your vision, set where you want to go, set your goals, and then figure out what skills and behaviors and identity and who you need to be to get to that point that you're trying to get to. So once you start building your skills, I'll give you an example. I have an entertainment business. I play music on the weekends and some nights, and it's really the actual performing the work is part-time. I can work 12 hours a week and earn a full-time income, but everything around that is full-time. I've got to do the invoicing, I've got to do the promotion, I've got to do content creation, I've got to do the social media, I've got to do the phone calls and the bookings and the contracts, and all that is what takes up the time. The actual performing the work, doing the job, doesn't take that much time at all. But it's at a point now where I can walk away from things because there's a lot of systems and processes that are automated, and I can work some weeks if I just want to work 12 hours and I just want to perform, I can do that, and then everything else can be caught up on later or done at another point or automated, or I can almost walk away from it. But I've still got to do the work because it's a service-based business, and everything was built around my brand and who I am and the work we do. So I've had to build my skills. I do all the production, I do all the lighting, I've got all the equipment. I've had to build the income to buy that equipment And the equipment has gotten better and better over time. We've gone from analog to digital. We've got bigger and better speakers. We've got bigger and better lighting. There's more automation in the shows. There's more stuff going on. I've had to build the skills in content creation, in video production. I've had to build the skills in figuring out how apps work to make all the content work. I've had to learn how to do sound. I've had to learn all these things, these skills that took time. And having those skills, I've built myself into an asset, because now I can command a greater price for what I do, because not only do we get a professional result, but there's a lot of skills and abilities that go into getting that result, getting that good result. We sound good, we look good, we present well, the content creation, the advertising is all looks really good from where we're going, and that's constantly being built and rebuilt and re-imaged, and the branding's being redone at the moment. So coming up with new logos and new colors and how we present and what we do on stage, all that has to be built. So I've realized that a lot of my videos really center around the same thing, and that's identity, who you are becoming, who you need to become to get where you want to get to. It's all identity. Who am I? Who am I now? Who do I want to be? How am I going to get there? Who do I need to be to get there? And what behaviors do I need to do every day to have those lever moving activities to get me to where I want to get to? And so we filter the world through our perception, and that perception is filtered through our experiences. So I'm passionate about growth, I'm passionate about self-actualization, I'm passionate about business. So I want to direct my videos so that I can give you lessons and insight and wisdom through the filter of business. And I think everybody should have a business. I think everybody has the ability to start a business. Everybody's got skills to start a business. Everybody's got enough knowledge in their head that they could be working full-time in their own business and commanding their own hours and commanding their own income. Everybody's got that ability. Everybody's got those skills. It just has to be built, and it takes time to build it. And the part that people don't talk about often enough is how much work that takes, how much effort that takes, how much sacrifice that takes. But once you get to the other side, you start seeing money and you start seeing results and you start seeing a bit more freedom. Everything becomes worth it, and you kind of forget that it took this much work and this much effort. So I've gone from playing empty rooms to now we're playing full clubs and we're getting paid good money for it. But it started off playing to nobody, not even bar staff. There was gigs I've done where I was not even the bar staff were there. Even the bar staff would disappear, and I'd play in an empty room, and I couldn't just sit down and wait to gig out. I had to keep playing, because that's in the contract. You've just got to play to nobody, and it's a paid practice, and that's all you get. That's great. And it was terrible money, and I had terrible gear, and I really didn't know what I was doing. So that took a long time to build. And an asset, if you build yourself into an asset, you've always got those skills. So even if everything collapsed, and it has over time, over COVID, everything collapsed, and I had to rebuild everything again. And that took leaning into the relationships that I'd already created and the venues that I'd already created relationships with, and I already had the gear. And so it was just it was a lot quicker to rebuild the second time, but that still took time. If you've got a business, because a lot of people have businesses and they don't even really talk about it, I'd love to hear what you're doing. I'd love to hear how you're making money on the side, because people are making money in the craziest ways. There is so much money out there. There are people making money like doing crochet videos and crochet courses and stuff, like whatever it is, if you can think of it, there's someone making money out of it, and there's someone making a full-time 6-figure income out of it, and it would blow your mind. I've worked with so many businesses lately that I'm just like, you make how much doing that? You can make $10,000 a month working from home doing hairdressing. It's 10 grand a month, part-time hours. As far as working in the actual salon, I mean, it's always full-time hours because you've got to do everything around it, but part-time work, creating your own freedom, it's all out there. You've just got to go and get it. And so self-actualization and setting that vision and going, this is where I want to get to, this is how I'm going to get there. Set your goals, set your vision, set your mission and your purpose, and you just go for it. And then every day you just focus on those behaviors that get you to where you want to get to, because everything is identity, everything is behaviors, everything is your self-concept, your self-identity. That's all huge. Maybe I should do a video on that, and I kind of am. But anyway, so if you're doing something cool, how do you make money? How do you do it? I'd love to hear it. I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you in the next one.